It's Monday, June 8th, 2026. Last week, Anthropic filed confidentially for a Wall Street IPO, expanded Project Glasswing to 150 new organizations across 15 countries, and quietly resolved a months-long standoff with the White House, all in the span of 5 days. The company behind Mythos just had its biggest week since April. This is Signal Zero, Glasswing. Now in your power grid. On June 2nd, Anthropic officially expanded Project Glasswing, extending access to Claude Mythos Preview to approximately 150 new organizations collaborating with partners, the security industry, open source maintainers, and the U.S. government. The expansion adds sectors including power, water, healthcare, communications, and hardware. Most new partners support systems affecting over 100 million people. This is no longer a tech industry initiative. Mythos is now scanning the software that runs your hospital, your water treatment plant, and your power grid. Cybersecurity experts see this rapid expansion as a clear signal that Anthropic is preparing Mythos for public release. The hard part, remediating what it finds, is just beginning. The discovery engine is scaling. The patch pipeline is not keeping pace. Anthropic files for IPO. On June 1st, Anthropic filed its IPO prospectus confidentially with the Securities and Exchange Commission, getting out ahead of rival OpenAI, which is readying its own filing. The filing follows a $65 billion Series 8 round. That lifted the company's valuation to roughly $965 billion, with a revenue run rate that hit $47 billion in May, up from $9 billion just 1 year ago. Here is why this matters for the security community specifically. A public Anthropic means mandatory disclosures, shareholder scrutiny on Glasswing's remediation numbers, and pressure to demonstrate that the vulnerability discovery program is producing measurable results. Not just headlines. The IPO puts Glasswing's effectiveness on a public scorecard. White House tensions ease. The third story ties it all together. Anthropic and the White House are actively working to de-escalate a standoff that erupted earlier this year when the company refused to allow the U.S. military to deploy its AI models for domestic surveillance or fully autonomous weapons systems, a position that led the government to classify Anthropic as a national security supply chain risk. With a confidential IPO filing now on record and a potential valuation reaching $1 trillion, both sides have strong incentives to resolve the conflict. The practical implication: if Anthropic gets off the Pentagon's blacklist, Mythos access could extend into defense and intelligence communities, a significant escalation of Glasswing's reach into classified infrastructure. 3 stories, 1 week, 1 company at the center of all of it. Glasswing is scaling into critical infrastructure. The IPO puts public accountability behind the numbers. And a White House détente could open Mythos access to the most sensitive systems on the planet. Watch for the SEC review timeline and any official DoD response this week. Those are the signals that matter. Subscribe and drop your questions in the comments. Stay sharp.